My name is Raquel Martinez, and I'm principal at Stevens Middle School in the Pasco School District. My childhood growing up was interesting. My family were migrants. My parents moved from California. I migrated to Washington State. I was born in Prosser and grew up a little bit for a couple years in Grandview, Sunnyside. And then from there, we moved to Quincy, where, my parents worked the orchards, onions, and potatoes. Memories that I have growing up as a Latina, to be honest, I felt kind of like in my community at that time, I was like a little poor, kind of like little Mexican girl that I just had no idea what was going on. But I had a strong family support. Like my parents, I knew, worked really hard, and they always talked to us about our faith, and then also talked to us about, just what it means to work and what it means to be educated. Some of my best moments, I guess, growing up, or what I take pride in my culture, is food and family. Las quinceañeras, just anytime my family gets together, my mom thinks that she's feeding people, like 100 people, and it's really just like a few of us. And so food, that's like my passion, like pozole, tamales, tacos. As a young Latina, a role model that I had, I go back to thinking of like my parents. They worked so hard. I remember seeing my dad come home, and he would have his neck would be burned from like a deep red burn, not like a light burn, but like a deep color red. And my mom coming home, just all covered in all of the, the sashes and the big hats and everything. And they worked so hard, and I could see the struggle. And then I could also see, but also just because we struggle doesn't mean that, we don't have goals, and so I was able to kind of grow up and have that instilled in me that, with hard work, it pays off, and it's okay that we can go through struggles, but we learn from those struggles. As a young Latina, what I wanted to do, honestly, I didn't think college was my thing. I didn't really start thinking about that until probably high school, when I was in College Bound. And then they started, this organization started talking to me about being college bound. I liked science, and so it really intrigued me. And so I went into school thinking I was a pre-med student. I liked the microbiology about it. I thought it was very interesting in understanding to the cellular level how our bodies work. And then probably about my sophomore year, I would say, is when I decided to switch majors to become a science teacher, a biology teacher actually, because I was seeing, my struggle, or my brother's struggle, kind of go through high school, middle school and high school. It was tough, he was struggling all the way through that, through the experience. We had a lot of family things come up at that time. My dad had passed away. And so just watching my brother kind of struggle, and understanding that, I can help make an impact on our middle and high school students, just, learning and being an example. And I could do that. And so I decided to switch over to become a biology teacher. And then, being a biology teacher at Pasco High, I'm not gonna lie, that was the best time of my education, was being a biology teacher. It was just awesome. I loved it, and I loved my students. So then after being a biology teacher, just kind of growing into leadership and different people around me, pouring into and investing in my leadership abilities and skills, and then became an assistant principal at Stevens Middle School, and currently the principal there. I would say a struggle that I went through that has helped shape me to who I am today probably was really just growing up in poverty. It made me understand that don't take things for granted. It's really just about just the relationships, and understanding that family is what's most important. Just being around family, just being around people who are like-minded, they'll help you through those moments. And not everybody has that. Not everybody can say, oh man, you have a strong family support. Not everybody can say that. But I would say, because we struggled financially, that probably helped me really appreciate and understand what it means to work, and to work hard. but then also understand that, you know, the people who you surround yourself with really makes an impact on you as a leader. I know what it feels like to be a young Latina and to sometimes think like for me, I'm guilty of like this imposter syndrome of like thinking that I can't do this. I'm not the right person for this job. How did I get here? Am I even qualified to be here? Don't give in to those thoughts. You can't let the gremlins kind of like, you know, shout out, and you can't listen to those kind of gremlins in your mind, because then that's gonna slow you down. That's gonna stop the impact that you can have in others. Ignore those comments. Like if you're passionate about something, pursue it. If it's something that you really, you know, truly feel in your heart, like this brings you joy, then just do it. You're there for a reason, you're there for a purpose, and hang on to that and fall back to that. Don't fall back on the fear.